So, and welcome back to the channel. I appreciate everybody who's taking the time to not only like my content, just share my content, comment on it, but to also subscribe to the channel. Anyways, in today's video, I want to talk about how in the Black American community, I don't know if it's just with me, but does it seem like black men, for the most part, are the only group of men out of all other races of men who have the fear of taking on a role of either dating or marrying a woman with kids by either another man or other men, excuse me. Because for all my brothers, my black brothers who happen to be squares, you don't get in any trouble with the law. You have pretty much a clean record and pardon me again, background. Some of you who may happen to be into the church, devoted to the church, may be very active at your churches. Not only that, but you believe in treating every woman with the utmost respect. You never ever have, for that matter, put your hands on a woman, not once. Never ever have dogged a woman out. But yet and still, you may seem to feel for your life anytime, and this is on behalf of my brothers who not only fit that description, but may happen to also be childless with no kids at all. Yet and still, you may be currently dating a woman, a black woman that is, with kids already by somebody else, or may have done it in the past, either that or may have done it in the past, only to find out that she dated a guy, had a kid, or either kids, in most cases, for so many women, with kids by more than one man, or even if you may be a woman, a black woman that is with the same, multiple kids, I'm trying to say, by the same man, it never fails. So many black women in our community always, for some strange reason, like to have kids by the most toxic men they could find. The most toxic black men they could find. Instead of selling for guys to have kids when it start, families when it start, solid family structures and foundations when guys who will make very wholesome husbands and fathers, guys who may not believe in toting firearms, guys who may, like I stated earlier, believe in treating women with the utmost respect, don't believe in abusing women, whether it may be either emotionally, physically, mentally, any of that. Guys who may be some of the nicest guys that a woman would want to settle for. A black woman should settle for some of the nicest black men. Instead, most guys of that caliber, most black guys of that caliber, have to always settle for black women in most cases. And once again, this is on behalf of my brothers who don't have kids, so you're very own. You have the most likely, in most cases, settle for a woman, a black woman, who has kids by guys who tote firearms, guys who are always getting into trouble with the law, guys who have done prison time, guys who have even prematurely taken other people's lives or unalive people from this world. Because if some of you don't believe me, well, just take that show Crimes of Passion. That's a perfect case in point. Another show, Mind Twist, I believe it's called Mind Twist Crime Stories. As another case in point. True Crime Decoder. It never fails. Anytime you may look at either one of those shows or documentaries, most of the time it's always on behalf of a black woman whose life may have been prematurely ended on behalf of her dating a guy who may have happened to be very toxic, a black guy who may have happened to have an extended criminal background or history, guys who are pieces of crap on all levels, guys who may do all they can to demean women, abuse women, once again, either mentally, physically, or emotionally, guys who just don't make good husbands or fathers at a long shot, and it never fails. It's always on behalf of women, black women who may be as young as 16, from as young as 16 to around 50 or 50ish. Those are some prime example shows like that of how anytime you may date a black woman as a wholesome, decent black guy, you will most likely have the fear for your life while dating her. Especially if that woman may happen to be a single mother, when a toxic ex, in some cases a toxic ex who she may still on the low may be seeing on behalf of an intimate level, if you catch my drift. On top of that, I think about this one video that went viral a good while back on behalf of a guy who happened to be a barber, and he was at work at a barber shop. Only, and by the way, this guy happened to be dating a woman who had kids already by another dude. It just so happened the other dude who she happened to have a kid by confronting him at the barbershop. Two black guys, that is. And the guy, the actual father of the guy, was all heated. And because I did a video on it a good while back, it was all heated and confrontational towards the guy who took on the role of stepping in to be the father of the kid. Now, with that being said, how many times have you noticed there to be videos to go viral on behalf of a white guy dating a white woman who happened to have kids by another man? It just so happened to be that other man, who may have been a real father, may have confronted that guy who may have taken on the role as a stepfather. Where are those kind of videos? Or where is, to put it another way, where are videos out there right now, viral videos about two Indian guys, one dating a woman who happened to have a kid by another Indian guy, and the other Indian guy who happened to be the real father confronting the guy as a stepfather, being all heated and confrontational towards him? Or two Hispanic guys going through the same exact scenario. Asian guys. I'm telling you, only in the African American community does a guy, do most of us black guys have to fear for our lives, in most cases on all levels, when dating women who may have had kids by another man, women who may be single moms, or in some rare instances may happen to be a divorced mother, when either a kid or kids by another man or more than one man. Only in the black American community, once again, does a man usually have to fear for his life while dating a woman with kids from a previous relationship or previous relationships in most cases. Anyways, make sure you like, share, comment, last but not least, subscribe to the channel. And until next time, I'm out.